Come on, hang in there, hang in there. Oh, good night. Oh. Come on. Whoa. Look out now, look out. Come on, baby. Whoa, you got to be kidding me. My goodness. Welcome back, Martin Sim Racing fans. We're back with another video as we try to move our DR from B all the way up to A before next year's World Series starts, because my goal is to race in the GT1 League. And today, we're going to be showing highlights from races at Brands Hatch on Daily Race B, where we ran 3 races trying to improve our DR. And I'm going to be showing you highlights from all 3 races, and you can see what occurred this week and how my DR was affected. Let's get right into it. Now, starting off here in P9 with a qualifying time of 124.9, my goal for this race would be to get into the top 5 and gain some DR, because I got a lot of guys with higher DR in front of me and behind me. So if I can just sneak into that top 5, I think it's going to do us real good in this race. And hey, it's one man's loss is another man's gain. So our strategy really here is sit back, drive clean, pretty quick, but don't push it too hard, and let people fall out of the way as they crash, and we can overtake that way and get into that top 5. We're just trying to climb that DR ladder. So as we're coming down here on the first lap, as we come around the curve, we can see one guy's already went off at Surtees here in the grass, and we gain 1 position up to P8. Now moving on ahead here, fast forwarding, as we're coming up towards Sheen Curve, we can see P6 right here is going to lose control, and we're going to be able to take another position. Watch closely, there he goes. I don't think he was touched. I think as he come around Sheen Curve, he just lost control. And so that's going to be a theme of the day. You're going to see that curve have a lot to play into this. As we're coming through here, we're trying to pull P6 and get into that 6th position. We just can't quite make it, and we go around the outside, and it creates us to be a little slow here. So that's going to slow us down coming around this last straight, and you can see P8 is going to come up beside us, probably going to take us here on turn 1 coming down the hill. And we're going to fall back to 8th position here at the end of lap 1, starting lap 2 now. Coming down here on lap 2, going through the Druids, we're trying to come in, and we see the Monster Energy Drink car squeezes in on our inside. He gives us just a little nudge right here. Watch it in slow motion. Bam! Woo! But we avoid major disaster, and he goes the other way, but we do give up another position and fall back to P9 where we started. But at least we're still in the hunt and still have a chance for that top 5 finish. So you can see it can be kind of rough sometimes here in the B leagues. But here we go, we see another yellow flag and another car, another Porsche going off the track. We're able to gain back another position and climb back up into P8. Let's go back and see what happened here as the Porsche tries to go around the FedEx Mustang. And he's going to come around here on the inside of the Mustang, but then the FedEx Mustang pushes it up right into him, knocks him right on the left side of the rear of the car, and that throws his car all kinds of off balance, and he is off the track. But one man's loss is another man's gain. We gain another position. Now moving forward a bit, as we approach Sterling's, you can see another car going off the track. Let's go back and take a look and see what went wrong here. As he's coming around Sheen Curve, which behaves apparently like it's got oil sheen all over it. I don't know if that's why it says the name Sheen Curve or not, but he's left tires go in the grass, throws his car all off track, all out of balance, and he spins all the way down the track, and we're able to take another position. So just a fortunate event, as one man's loss is another man's gain, and we are in 7th place. And that was kudos who went off the track. But either way, we're in 7th place. We got to get 2 more positions to get into that top 5, which is our goal for the day, is getting that top 5 and increase that DR just a little bit every time we can race. Now look what happens here as we come approaching Sheen Curve. You can see white smoke. This car goes off the track. We're able to gain another position and get onto P6. Look what happens is the green car bangs all in the right side of the rear of that Porsche, and I mean, it sends him way off the track. And I don't know about you, but that looked like it might have been on purpose to me. Let me know in the comments what you think. That may have been a little dirty driving there. Either way, we do benefit from it, and we're just going to keep on rolling, because if we're not involved, it ain't none of our business. You know what I'm saying? We're just going to take it and go with it. So we are in P6. Got to get 1 more position. We got 3 laps left. Can we do it? Can we get it done? Now, as we approach the Druids, we can see the Chase Elliott Porsche has gone off the track, and we're able to get up into P5. Let's go look and see what went wrong with Chase Elliott here. Okay, he's coming around turn 1, coming down the hill, and he goes just a little wide. Tires go off in the sand. It bogs him down bad, and he gives up a position to fall back to P4. And as he's coming through the Druids, what is going to happen here is Barcelios comes right up on the inside, and I really don't think that he did anything wrong here, so I don't think it was malicious, but Chase Elliott pays the price, and he gets knocked to the left or gets forced wide and we gain a position. So like we say, one man's loss is another man's gain, and that's all you can hope for. So far our strategy is working out perfect to put us right in that top 5. Now we just got to maintain that position for the rest of the race. You can see the gap is not far between 6 and 7 right behind me. So I can't map forward to make any mistakes or drive too cautiously, or I will give up P5 and can fall all the way back to 8th position or 7th position. So as we're coming on the last lap here, approaching Sterling's, so let's look and see what we can see. You saw the gap of the cars behind me. Let's looking ahead. Can we see 3 and 4 up ahead? Yes, we can. So let's hope that that battle causes a crash, causes a wreck, causes some chaos, and maybe we can even get on the podium here in this first race of the day. But as we're coming around the curve here, you're going to see that that didn't happen, and I am going to finish in the top 5 on this first race that I wanted to show you. So top 5 finish, what a great way to start. Definitely gained some DR in this race and feeling really good going into our second race, and we'll get fired up for that right here in just a second. I'm moving on to the second race. You can see I'm starting off in P6, so a little better opportunity to maybe even sneak up on that podium right here. Now here at the start of the race, it's a nice, tidy little line of cars. Nobody's really getting in any trouble. We're just trying to lay back, see if any trouble does occur in front of us, and we can take advantage of it and move up a few positions. But that doesn't seem to be happening on this race the way it did on the last race, as people are not racing real hard as of yet. Coming down here to the end of lap 1, we're still in P6. Nothing has changed. As we're coming around turn 1, starting lap 2, going down the hill, we get up close to the 5th position guy as we're going to approach the Druids right here. And we're going to have a car coming right up behind us, right on our right side. That's the Monster Energy drink Porsche, and he takes P6 from us, and then P8 comes in. He touches me, but it doesn't cause any trouble, and I'm good. And I look to the inside, but I don't want to be, accused of a dive bomb, so I back out. That also cost me another position as I get a little bumping going on here as P7 comes by, but I don't lose control. So now I've lost 2 positions here on lap 2, so not going good for the Martin Sim Racing Porsche here on race number 2 so far, as we are in 8th position. That top 5 seems a long ways away at this point, but plenty of race left to try and get it done, as we're going to fast forward here and look ahead just a little bit on this race. Now don't change that channel. As here at the beginning of lap 3, watch what happens as I'm coming around turn 1, minding my own business in P8. We got a green car, bumps us, took us off the road. Are you kidding me? Race might just be over with for the Martin Sim Racing Porsche. What a disaster. Let's go back and look at this in slow motion. He comes up my inside. There's no contact between us. Watch, make sure you see there's no contact. But as his right tires dip off into the grass, it throws his car all out of whack and bam, right into the side of the Martin Sim Racing Porsche. And it's devastating. Devastating to our race. Devastating to our DR. It could be, depending on how this thing ends up and how it shakes out going forward. So we're going to come back on the track here in P12 going through the Druids, chasing down P11. I've got a new goal. Make it to the top 10. If I can get in the top 10, that'll minimize disastrous damage to my DR. As we see a caution flag out here on lap 3, we got a caution flag. As we come around the curve here, we can see him off spinning in the sand, and we pick up another position. So now we're in P11. We got to get one more position to get in that top 10. That's the goal now, top 10, not top 5, top 10. We're still on lap 5 here, chasing down that 10th place guy. We have got to somehow get in front of him to minimize this damage. If we can get a P10, we're not going to lose a ton of DR, if any. I don't really know exactly how that works, but I don't believe we'll lose a lot. As we come around here to this last big curve before the final curve, he goes off in the grass just a little bit, and we're able to go around him. Can we get the overtake done? Yes, we do. We're now in P10. That's exactly what we wanted, baby. And it was awesome. So now we're in P10. We got 2 laps, laps 6 and 7 to go. If we can just finish in P10, even though we had disastrous results earlier on in the race, we're not completely off the track, we can minimize the damage majorly here. So here we are at the end of lap 7, and you can see places 9 and 8 right in front of me. They get into a little battle. It causes 9 to slow down. And can I catch him? Can I get one more position before the end of this race? Because that's what I need. Just every position I can get. This guy may have a high DR. As we're going to look to the inside, but we back off because we don't want to cause any trouble and make it even worse on ourselves or his. We back off, and that was really our last chance right there. As we're going to come around the final turn here, coming down the home straight toward the finish line. We're obviously going to take P10 on this second race. Not the results we were looking for, but didn't do a ton of damage to our DR. And I've got the best. I've saved the best for last. Don't turn that channel. Don't change that dial. Hit that subscribe button and watch this third race, as old Martin Sim Racing is going to have some good luck coming forward. And here we are starting the third race in third position. As we're coming around the first turn here, coming down the hill, everybody has good separation. It's not real close. But watch what happens as we go through the Druids. As number 1 is pushing it just a little too hard. He goes wide to the left on the outside of the curb, and 2 tries to cut in. And there's contact between them, and 1 goes one way, comes back into 2, knocks him off to the other side. They both split, and old Martin goes right on through like the Red Sea's parted, baby, and comes into first position to take the lead here on lap 1. Race number 3. So now we just got to control ourselves, control our nerves, because you know that anxiety about being in first place and how it works if you played this game. So let's go back and see what happens here. As 1 goes wide, 2 comes on the inside. He's going to get in that right rear quarter panel, knock him off, and the car rotates. And when he rotates, he comes back in and hits him twice, knocking him back off to the other side. And once you're in the grass, all bets are off, and you'll see the Martin Sim Racing Porsche go right on by and take first place here. Let's look at it one more time from a different perspective, because this was a major event for the week for me. Major event, major event. I'm just laying back. You can see me back there. I'm right there in case something happens. And watch when he comes to the inside. Everybody's got a pretty good bit of space, but then he touches. I don't know if he did that on purpose. Let me know in the comments. Do you think the Caterpillar car was doing that on purpose? But it causes all kinds of destruction. And there's old Martin in first place. And now I've got the anxiety, the feeling of being chased the entire race, all 7 laps. And you know, the last time I was in this position in the World Series race in the Ford GT car, I didn't do so well, you know, so I've got to control it. I've got to race within my limits, but don't slow down so much that you get caught. As you can see, there's not a big gap between me and number 2 here. So we got to try to keep racing hard, but be smart. Don't take any unnecessary chances, because I'd rather lose a couple positions and still be on the podium than wreck and come in 12th place. So let's see what happens here as we're going forward. We're on lap number 3, and you can see as this guy is chasing me in the Budweiser Porsche. He's chasing me. That's me in 1, and him in 2. And let's watch what happens. We come around the curve here, the Sheen curve, and he goes, dips those left wheels. We've seen this many times throughout this video of cars, and then bam, right into the barrel on the other side. So this gives us a bigger gap, lays down the anxiety a little bit, gives us a peaceful, calm heart, so we can race the rest of this race without having somebody breathing right out my neck. So I've got a good gap here as I'm coming to the end of lap 3. Old Martin is still in first place, eyeing that first win in probably a month or so, maybe even more. Should have had 2 wins in the World Series and blew them both. Let's don't blow this one. Let's learn how to win, how to finish strong right here. On lap 4, you can see the other guy coming around the curve up there. So he's back there, but there's a pretty good bit of separation as we're on lap 4. Now, as we get to lap 5, he's done caught up some, and I can feel that. I can see that time differential getting smaller, and I'm thinking, you're driving too slow, you're driving too cautious, you're going to have to kick it into high gear just a little bit. But that guy's driving really well, too, and he may have just been a faster driver than we are. We just looked up and got a better qualifying time. So we come here in lap 6, coming toward the end of lap 6, you can see the gap has gone back the other direction in my favor just a little bit, but watch how much closer he gets as we approach this. I think it's the Druids is what they call it. Watch how much closer he gets. He's coming through the Druids. He's going to cut that down. He's coming right up on me. He takes that curve very fast, a lot faster than we did. And he's cut that gap down. So I've got to finish this lap and stay in first place. Can we get it done? Let's see what happens here going forward on this final lap for Martin Sim Racing, trying to get that elusive win. As we're coming around here, you're going to look at live view. You can see the time differential up there in the top left, just trying to keep him back there in that rear view mirror. I think this is Sheen curve coming up. No, that's not right. It's not Sheen curve. I think it's the next one. But watch what happens. Just trying to make it. My heart's pounding. My hands are sweating. I hadn't had a win in a long time, and it's time to get one. As we come around Sterling's right here, we're going to come through that home stretch, still in first place. We got one more turn to make. We make this last turn up here, and we're home free for our first podium win in a long time here on Martin Sim Racing. Can we do it? Can we get it done? Yes! We're going to cross the finish line in first place in the Martin Sim Racing Porsche number 11 race car. And what a week it was, and what an improvement to the DR. I'm going to show you right here how much that DR went up this week. I raced about 3 other races this week, but these were 3 of the latest ones I wanted to show you. So I gained 2 positions in this race and got the victory. What a victory it was. How thankful I am to have that opportunity. to drive without messing up after being in first place. Last time I was in that position, I screwed up. This time I didn't. So I do think we're getting better. I do think we're getting faster. I don't care who they put in the lobby. I always feel like I got a chance now. I know I'm faster than I used to be. Way faster than I used to be. So going forward, look at this DR right here. That's what it was to start the week. That was the DR to start the week. A little less than half. Now look at it. We're almost 3/4 of the way to A, baby. We just got to keep rolling, keep going, keep pushing, keep working hard. We're going to get to A before that World Series. Maybe we can even get to A+. Who knows? Sky's the limit. Let's keep working hard, keep pushing forward. Hopefully next week I can get you another video. Hopefully next week we'll make even more progress. Who knows? Maybe you'll even see an A by my name next week. Y'all have a good week. Take care. See you later.